Welcome to the fourth episode of our series Easily Explained, guys. Today I'm here quick serial service and you're gonna be learning how to create and use environment variables in your React and Node.js applications. While building a website, there will be many sensitive data that you won't want to share with anyone when you upload your project on a GitHub or on any other public repository. These informations include the API keys, the database credentials, or any other secret token that you don't want to share with anyone, and so we store them inside a .env file. Let's say our project has a modules file, a .env source file, and a public file, and so when we push the data into a repository, only a source file and a public file will be seen, and our .env file, which contains our sensitive data along with our modules file, will be ignored. And why is that? Because there is a file by the name of gitignore which already contains these two inside it, and whenever our data is pushed inside a repository, these two get ignored because we don't want them to be publicly exposed. The .env because it has sensitive data, and the modules because it is huge in size. And now let's jump to our practical to see how to set up the environment variables. To make environment variables for our front end, what we have to do is open the terminal and then write cd front end. So what does this do is that we will target the front end and then npm install .env. And after getting installed, close the terminal, go inside the front end, and then in the root directory make .env. Nice. And then you can define your variables out here. Right now I'm going to make an environment API underscore key. And remember, whenever you make an environment variable in React, what you have to do is that you have to write the suffix react underscore app, unless it won't work. So react underscore app and then whatever custom name you want to give the variable, and equals to, I'm gonna write blah blah. To access our newly created environment variable, we have to write process dot env and then the name of the variable. And to see whether it works or not, we have to go inside the front end and then npm run start. Now remember, if your project is already on the start, you have to terminate it and then restart it again to see changes. And we can see in our React app, the value of the environment variable is controlled. And to create environment variables for our backend, we have to repeat similar procedures. Open the terminal firstly, and then cd backend, so that we target the backend first, and then npm install .env. After getting installed, close the terminal, open the directory, and inside the root directory of our backend, we have to make a .env file. And here you can define your environment variables. So I'm gonna write API underscore key, and there are no restrictions for the name of the environment variable. You can name it whatever you want, and then some crap value. To access our environment variable from the backend, what we have to do is first import our .env, and after that we have to configure it. To do that, .env.config, and down here, to console the value of our environment variable, we have to write process.env and then the name of our environment variable, which is API underscore key. And to run this, we have to cd backend, so that we target the backend, and after targeting the backend, node index. And if your backend is already on the run, terminate it and restart it again to see any changes. And there we can see the value of our environment variable is consoled. And that was it about creating environment variables in React and Node.js. If you guys find this video useful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It was Quick Service, now signing out.